Coming up on the Halloween edition of High School Game Night, it's week 10, last week of the regular season, and we've got a whopper of a rivalry between Ephrata and Calexico. Find out who's headed home happy.
Plus, could the Madam Central Barons close out a perfect 10-0 season by securing a win over Calexico? High School Game Night starts right now.
One, two, three. Ford makes the catch.
Wow, look at that.
Cody Kafer towing the sideline.
Hello and welcome to the Halloween edition of High School Game Night. Dutch Schaefer is my name and killing predators is my game.
And I am the Terminator. I've come from the future to give you Week 10 football highlights.
So if you're from the future, don't you already know who wins the district?
I don't do requests.
Fair enough. So let's start with tonight's rivalry game between Calexico and Ephrata.
Yeah, the Ephrata Mounts still winless, and Calexico looking for win number 9. Mounts' first drive of the game, Bobby Nye drops back, throws it, but it's tipped right into the hands of Mitch Deering. The pick six gives Calexico the early advantage.
Later in the first quarter, Jet Janis fakes the handoff, pitches it to Spencer Moser, and he is gone. It's not a Tuma, it's a touchdown. Eagles extend the lead.
Second quarter action now. Janis with the ball again, hands it off to Brad Whitaker this time, and he will do the rest. Zooms downfield, dives into the end zone for another score. Calexico ends the season with 9 wins after tonight, a 48-7 win over Ephrata. Eagles' only loss was to Manheim Central. And that win clinches the runner-up spot in Section 2 for Calexico. So all Manheim Central had to do tonight was beat Calexico, and the Barons would be section champs for the first time since 2009.
It has been a huge goal for the Barons team all year long, and you can tell in the way that they practice and play on Fridays that they want that title pretty bad. Central's outscored their last 2 opponents 142-0. Would that continue tonight? First quarter, Calexico muffs the punt, so Central takes over on the 6-yard line, gives the ball to Ian Hanselman, and he walks into the end zone untouched. The Barons take the 14-0 lead. Later in the game, Central's defense turning up the pressure. Ray LaSanta sacking the Golden Rules quarterback, showing why they are the number 2 defense in the league. And then with time winding down in the half, Colin Fry going to air it out to Dan Wiederek. Comes down with it in the end zone for the 25-yard touchdown catch. Barons up comfortably in this one, 35-0. And as expected, they pitch another shutout, beating Calexico 49-0. Add another Section 2 title to that trophy case. Central is back on top after 4 years of coming up short.
Congrats to them, but do not go anywhere. More highlights coming after the break, including the Garden Spot Spartans. Danger is their trade, living on the outside of the District 3 playoffs, but a win and some help might put them into the field. Find out if they got the W right after the break.
High School Game Night is brought to you by JD's Pazzo Pizza in Ephrata. And don't forget about Yogurt Works Cafe in the Cloister Shopping Center just off Route 272 in Ephrata. And welcome back to High School Game Night. Let's turn our attention to the Spartans of Garden Spot, who are battling to get that last spot in the AAA bracket.
It's gonna be tough. They're 2 spots out, so they definitely need to win tonight, then get a lot of help. Game against Peckway Valley. The Spot wants to crush the enemies, see them driven before them, and hear the lamentations of the Peckway fans. So let's go to New Holland. Garden Spot riding a 3-game winning streak, and it's scoreless in the first until Mitch Martin says, "Come with me if you want to win." Busts the run to the outside, down the sideline and into the end zone, making a 7-0 lead for the Spartans. On the next Peckway drive, a definite Play of the Week nominee. The Braves QB rolls left, looking deep, but look at the Spot's Darryl Hartman. Tips it, and to himself, traps it against his helmet, completes the interception. What a play. We'll take another look. Just a superb individual effort by Hartman. Now, in the second quarter, the handoff here will go to the big fella lineman. Alex Wilson blasts his way in for 6 more points. Peckway Valley, you are terminated. Garden Spot wins it 56 14.
Jumping back up to Section 1, a tough task for the Warwick Warriors tonight. They are in desperate need of a win, and as luck would have it, taking on the #1 seed in the district, Wilson. Warriors, though, catching a break as Wilson's quarterback out of the game with mono, so the Bulldogs rely on their run game to get them on the board. The pitch here goes to John Rafe Snyder, who finds the crease and is into the end zone. Wilson leads it 7-0. Warwick not backing down, though. Matt Pennypacker rolling out to his right, looking deep downfield, heaves it for Austin Myers, who comes down with the catch. That 40-yard completion has them in the red zone. And then later on in the drive, Pennypacker goes back to the guy that got them there. Get to the end zone. Myers grabs the 5-yard pass for the score, and the Warriors tie the ball game at 7 apiece. Wilson just so dangerous on the ground. They give the ball to Matt Close, who makes some nice moves here, cuts for the sideline. Nobody is going to catch him. He takes that one 50 yards to the house, putting the Bulldogs back in front 13-7. It's a close one at the half, but Wilson cruises to victory after that, 41-13. They earn their 6th straight Section 1 title.
Next up, it's the East-West Lampeter Bowl between Conestoga Valley and Lampeter Strasburg. It's been a tough season for CV, but a win over their rivals could send them into the offseason on a good note. The game this year being played at LS, and we pick things up in the first half. 4th down for LS. Here come the Buckskins, collapsing on QB Colin Shank. Johnny Cardina finishes the job, and it is CV's football. Later, CV offense comes to life. Justice Norman will get the rock. And doesn't anyone play defense anymore? 42-yard scamper puts the Buckskins in business. And a couple plays later, it'll be Brendan Martin pounding it in from 1 yard out. Puts CV on the board with the score, but too much LS on the evening. The Pioneers win it 42-21.
Now, our highlights might be through, but don't go anywhere. We've got every score from every game in the LL League coming up, including an updated look at the final standings from all 3 sections.
Plus, how to find our Play of the Week selections that you, the fans, can vote on. All that's coming up right after the break. Stick around.
High school game nights brought to you by Scratch Cupcakes in Ephrata. Visit scratchbakes.com for all your ordering information.
And welcome back to the post-game show. Time to go around the LL League and check in with the rest of the teams in action tonight. In Section 1, Penn Manor looking to bounce back after last week's close loss to Wilson. They do so in a big way, telling Cedar Crest, "You just been erased," 63-20. And Hempfield looking to improve their playoff position, while Manheim Township just wants to get in. Black Knights, though, win it big, 56-28.
In the age-old Lancaster City rivalry between McCaskey and Lancaster Catholic, one of them is in big trouble. It's the Red Tornado. They go down to Lancaster Catholic 49-6. They finished the year winless. What has happened to my once proud Tornado?
Oh, a season to forget there. All right, on to Section 2, where Lebanon is saying, "See you in the playoffs, Wilson," as they take down Elizabethtown at home 45-17. The Cedars go from 0-10 last year to a 7-3 playoff team this year and will likely play those Bulldogs next week.
What a turnaround by those Cedars. Over in Section 3, Donegal will take home the section title, but they dropped this one to Annabelle Cleona 27-0. Indians on the outside looking in on the postseason after making it last year, so no sequel for them. They will most likely miss the playoffs this year. Elsewhere, Northern Lebanon taking on Columbia. Hasta la vista, Crimson Tide. Columbia eliminated from playoff contention. Vikings win it 9-7.
Ooh, a barn burner there. Finally, the last non-league game of the year. No problemo for North Schuylkill. They take down Elko 40-21.
So now that all that's been decided, let's check out the final standings in all 3 sections. In Section 1, Wilson finishes the season undefeated and takes home their 6th straight title, while Penn Manor, Hempfield, and Lancaster Catholic all finish in a tie for 2nd place.
In Section 2, Manheim Central brings back the Section 2 crown to Manheim, an undefeated season for the Barons. Calico right behind, though, at 6-1 in league play. And look at that great bounce-back year for Lebanon. The Cedars finished 3rd at 5-2 in the section, and they should be playoff bound.
And finally, in Section 3, one of the weirdest scenarios you'll ever see. Donegal finishes atop the section at 5-1, and yet will most likely miss those District 3 playoffs. Garden Spot finishes strong at 4-2, and we will talk about their playoff chances in just a bit.
Yes, we will. All right, so those were the scores and standings, but how about our potential plays of the week? We've got some good ones, the best of the best, and they will be posted online in just a bit. To vote for your favorite, just go to our blog, news11sports.com. We'll have the plays along with a poll posted a little before midnight, and then we will announce the winner next Friday.
All right, and now let's talk about the first round of district playoffs next week. We will have more live high school football on BRC 11 next Friday night. We will feature the Calexico Eagles regardless of who they play. The power rankings have not been finalized yet, but we will air the game in its entirety. Tune in next Friday. Our live coverage begins from Eagle Stadium at 7 o'clock p.m.
All right, that wraps up our Week 10 coverage. Let's talk a little bit about Garden Spot's playoff hopes.
Okay, so the two teams above them in the rankings were Daniel Boone in 16th place and Spring Grove in 17th place. Daniel Boone lost to Exeter tonight, so they're likely out. Spring Grove, on the other hand, beat Southwestern, but because Garden Spot got a win and because Anvil Cleona beat Donegal tonight, it may add up to more power points for Garden Spot. It's just a little bit complicated.
Yeah, I would say so. We'll just have to wait until the final rankings come out, so good luck to the Spartans. But for all of our high school game night crew, I'm Dutch.
And I'm the Terminator. We'll be back for our playoff edition next week. We'll see you then.